Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. So today's vlog is a very special one. It was my elder son Ayan's birthday. He's turning 7. But since it was a weekday and plus exam week, we couldn't take him outside for a proper birthday treat. And on top of this, he was down with cold and cough. But still, to make his day really special, I decided to make some of his favorites. So for breakfast I'm making one of his favorites. It is sort of like a pancake, I guess, a stuffed one. So into the blender goes in 3 whole eggs, salt and around 1 cup of water. Next adding 1.5 cups of wheat flour fully packed. You can use all-purpose flour, but just to stay on the healthy side I'm using wheat flour, and blend everything together. It should be neither runny nor thick. Before making the pancakes or crepes, I'm going to make a jaggery syrup. Into the pan I've added around 2 tablespoons of water and then added the jaggery. Slightly grease the pan with half teaspoon of ghee and add the batter. Just swirl the pan around for the batter to spread on its own. This is where the batter needs to reach the correct consistency. If it is too thick, it won't spread. If it is too thin also, we won't get the correct taste. Flip the pancake when it's done on one side. It gets cooked very fast, 1 minute on each side. To get the stuffing ready, I am adding into a bowl 1 cup of coconut, and into that I am adding the jaggery syrup. Mix well. Also I am adding a tiny bit of cardamom powder. Do not overpower it with this flavor, and a tiny bit of salt just to balance out the sweetness, and our stuffing is ready. Once all the crepes are done, adding the coconut mixture into one side and fold it into a cylindrical shape. This can be enjoyed as an evening snack too. And it was time for him to go to school. On our kid's birthday, as much as we are happy and proud, I think us or mothers have the same question and thought every year. Why are you growing up so fast? Where have all the years gone by? The climate was really getting better, slightly chilly, which was really enjoyable. But yes, it brought down the flu season, which is currently running in my house. For lunch, I was making his favorite, fried rice. For that, the first step was to get the rice ready. I'm getting the water to boil. Into that goes salt and adding half a lemon juice. This is so that the grains doesn't stick together and the rice remains whitish in color. To go with the fried rice, I was making honey garlic chicken. Here I have taken around 700 grams of chicken breast piece, which I'll be cutting into thin strips. Meanwhile, the water has boiled, adding the washed rice into it. Be careful, you should only cook the rice for maximum 7 minutes, and the rice should be only 90% done. Draining out the rice, I am also spreading it out so that the cooked rice gets cooled down very fast. When we are making fried rice, it's always best to start with cold cooked rice, because when we use warm rice, it becomes very gooey and it starts sticking into the pan, and which will not taste very good. Next, for the garlic chicken, firstly we have to marinate the chicken. So for that, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of paprika powder, salt, and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. And this is kasoori methi. Crush it between your palms and add around 1 teaspoon. Mix well and then add in the chicken pieces. Marinate it for at least 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Faiz got back from school. As soon as he reached home, he wanted to make a birthday card for Ayan. It was really sweet to see, because he kept saying that if I don't finish this, Ayan will get sad. So, leaving him with his card making, I moved on to chopping up the veggies for the fried rice. I've taken here half a carrot, half a capsicum, celery, a few beans, and spring onions. It's better not to overcrowd the vegetables in the fried rice. Everything should be in a minimum. Next, I'm going to scramble 2 whole eggs. Now into the egg, I've added 1 tablespoon of soya sauce, pepper powder, and salt. So now that all the prep is done, let's make fried rice. Into the pan, I've added 2 tablespoons of oil. Into that goes the garlic and few celery. Make sure the flame is in high heat. Saute each vegetable just for 1 minute. They should be cooked inside but still remain crunchy. Next, we are going to add the French beans as well as the carrot. Again, saute for 1 minute. Little bit of salt, but be careful, we'll be adding the sauces later. Next, add in rest of the spring onions and saute for another minute. Here I'm adding 1 piece of chicken stock cube. This is completely optional. It brings out a different flavor in the fried rice. Next, add in 1.5 tablespoons of soya sauce. So this is the only sauce I'm adding. You can add chili sauce, tomato sauce as you wish. But the more sauces we add, the color of the rice changes. I wanted the rice to remain white in color, so I'm adding only 1.5 tablespoons of soya sauce for 2 cups of rice. Add in enough pepper powder. Half teaspoon of sugar, saute, and then goes in the scrambled egg. Time to add the rice. Do not add the rice whole at once. Add little, mix, and then again do the same process. This is done so that we don't overstir the rice and break the grain. Finally, adding few more spring onions and our fried rice is ready. You can see the color has not changed and it is really tasty. Trust me, you have to try it out. Next, the marinated chicken, we have to coat it in egg and breadcrumbs. Here I have taken 2 whole eggs. Beat it well, and then in the breadcrumbs add in 1 teaspoon of paprika powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and mix well. Firstly, we will dip the chicken marinade in the all-purpose flour and then into the eggs and finally into the breadcrumbs. Let's start frying the chicken. Make sure the flame is in medium, otherwise the chicken will not get cooked and the breadcrumbs will get burnt. While the chicken is getting fried, into the saucepan add in 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes, salt, mix well and then add 2 tablespoons of soya sauce. Let it boil. Once it has boiled, add in half cup of honey and let it simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. And then our sauce is ready. The chicken is all fried. You can eat it as such, but it is more tastier when we add it to the sauce. I had to change the bowl because the other one was very small. I couldn't mix it up properly. Lastly, add in fresh spring onions and our honey garlic chicken is ready. Vice was so excited, he wanted a proper birthday party. He was asking for balloons. I had 2 or 3 left, so blow them up and was anxiously waiting for Ayan. In the evening back from work, my husband bought Ayan's favorite cake, red velvet, and we had a small cake cutting. So that's it friends, hope you enjoyed today's video and our little world of happiness. So until we meet again, bye bye.